Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Hot Rod Fleet. And I know it's been a while, but I couldn't come up with a good new ship which really added to the fleet, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm sorry for that, for those of who like to follow the fleet. But today I came back with something new, and that is this. Yeah, if you have seen my previous video, then you know what I mean with the torpedo ship. And basically what I did is I took the whole mechanism of the torpedo gunship and started building from it. And this is what I came up with. So yeah, due to the fact that the launch tube is very big and very bulky, the ship came out a little bit more square than I actually intended it to be. But in all fairness, most of my ships do, so yeah. I know it's not the best looking ship to start off with, but I think it's pretty interesting, the shapes I gave it. I did not actually implemented the latest curved armor and rounded armor blocks. I actually completely forgot about them, to say at least, but yeah, this is just the ship. It has some protection on the top and none on the bottom, so that's yeah, a vulnerable place of some sort. But again, there on the bottom it has at least 3 layers of armor, and that's heavy armor. So you won't get through that fairly easy. Let's go inside, shall we? The entrance of the ship is on the back. On both sides you have an airlock, so you can go in here without losing any oxygen, because the ship has the oxygen features implemented. So if we were to close the airlock and bring up our HUD, you can see oxygen low, and there it goes. Now it's high. So yeah, this whole ship is pressurized, and yeah, if you accidentally forget to close the airlock, which can happen because it's not a smart airlock, you won't lose oxygen very fast, because I put a lot of doors in here, so for every room you have to go at least through a door, and that's just to prevent to lose any oxygen. And if we go through here, you walk over the assemblers of the ship. It's a very industrial ship, so you'll see the piping and the reactors over here. I don't know, I was planning on keeping them out of sight, but some of the pipes really weren't able, if I wasn't able to completely get them out of sight, so I just went with it. And I think it adds to it, you know, it's a military ship, it's not meant for for luxury. And yeah, on the other side you've got it mirrored, so if you go through that door you go to the airlock on the other side. So what we can do is go through here. Well, in here you have the main cargo storage area, and believe it or not, all these crates are hooked up to the system. And here is where I did put some effort into making the conveyor blocks not as visible as at some other places, but I tried to make it look like they were just scattered around the place, and yeah, so it looks like they don't have any order in them. Yeah, just to make it look like the ship is being lived on or is being used, so crates are being moved around and stuff is getting transferred from one place to another, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I did, like I said, it's all still hooked up with the conveyor system, so you can access them from anywhere. And yeah, if we go down here, you have some other storage systems. Yeah, this is just the large storage area. Above is maybe the civilian crew, or what you want to call it, area. And also this part is hooked up with the conveyor system. I'm actually pretty proud how I managed to make it look like they are not connected, but they seriously still are connected. So yeah, I'm proud of that. Yes, down here you'll see, if I can get my mouse there, yeah, there are two control seats here, and we can use them to monitor the internal systems of the ship, and maybe even if the bridge gets damaged, to fly this thing around and yeah, maybe use the turrets, because right now I don't have any other control seats set up to use the turrets, but yeah, those control seats will do the trick, I reckon. In here we've got the refineries on the ship, and the oxygen generators and oxygen tanks. This is of course mirrored on the other side, so you have a total of 6 refineries, 4 oxygen generators and 6 oxygen tanks on the ship, and that's just enough. Maybe even 2 oxygen generators would be enough for this whole ship, but I like symmetry, so that's why there are 4. Yeah, and if we go back up the stairs, we of course get back to this area, and then we can go up here, which I also put in the mirrors, yeah, just to make a sort of railing so you cannot fall off as easily. And then if you go either way, it doesn't really matter which you choose, and go up some more stairs, you have an airlock here, and then you come into the bridge, which currently only has the control seat for this whole thing. Maybe I'm going to add some yeah, I don't know, maybe some extra control seats, special for the turrets, so you won't have to use those turrets, no control seats down in the yeah, the central area of the ship. But as you can see, the cockpit has double glassed all over the thing, all over the ship. So if you get hit, it won't immediately mean that your ship gets depressurized, especially because the airlock which is in here. That's the reason why there is an airlock here, because yeah, of course glass is more vulnerable than any other armor block. So if you get hit here, then it won't mean that the rest of your crew will die due to the fact that there is a breach in your bridge. A lot of bees. Yeah, of course, if we bring the HUD up, we have the same functions as the other torpedo ship I showed. So if you press the 4, Then you go into the camera, which is on the front of the ship, and with this camera you can aim the ship at your target, and you'll have to aim a little bit above of what you're trying to shoot, because the camera is placed above the launch tube. And then if we press number 1, this will trigger the timers to shoot once. And if you maybe you can hear, but there is the torpedo welded, and now it's get grinded off. And if you look at the gravity in the left, yeah, there you saw 80.1, and there it goes. So what I tweaked in this ship is that the gravity tube is not always on. So that basically also means that we're using a heck of a lot less power, and you can still walk around the ship when you're not in combat. Because when you are, yeah, I'll just fire another one and get out of this seat. And then when it gets fired, if you look at the gravity again, you'll still yeah, be launched at the windscreen here. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I couldn't set up the gravity for the tube itself in a way that the bridge won't yeah, be affected by it, unless I dramatically decreased the whole gravity itself inside the tube, so it won't have the whole ADGs throughout the whole tube, which I very much like to have in there. Yeah, that's one function I changed, and another function I gave it is if you press 2, it will keep on yeah, shooting torpedoes. So it now has fired one torpedo. Yeah, now it has fired one. You see, there it goes, and immediately it starts welling the one after it, and yeah, this just keeps on going and going and going until you press 3, and then it will finish the torpedo it's making at the moment and shoot it out, and then it will just stop producing anymore. So that's the last, and now it has stopped producing any torpedoes. So I also changed the torpedo, which is being shot by this gun. Yeah, I'll go outside and I'll show you the differences. Well, these are the two torpedoes I used in this video. The one above is the one I used in the previous video, and I just found it wasn't that devastating. It does the job, but not as great. So I replaced the front with another warhead, and basically this thing is not funny anymore. The red ship, which you have seen in the last video, wasn't actually an original red ship. That's one of my old creations from a survival wheel. And when I launched just one of these things right at the middle of that ship, it was just split in 4 or 5 different pieces. Yeah, that insane amount of force does this torpedo has. So I think we're gonna finish it off with me shooting at the same ship you saw in the previous video. We're back in the ship, and the Red Falcon is over there. That's actually the ship we were shooting at the last yeah, in the last video. Yeah, let's just try and line us up and reverse a little bit. So if we zoom in, you can see it's the same ship, and yeah, we're just gonna shoot at it. So I am pointing the crosshair a little bit above where I want to hit it, and that's around where you see the Red Falcon. So let's press 1. And let's see the gravity. And it's gone. Yes, now it's gone. And what you've seen there is that the actual gravity on the Red Falcon itself did do some it did direct the torpedo away from where the what I was pointing, but it's still, oh, if we slow down a little bit with the spectator, as you can see, it still did a heck of a lot of damage. And now if we were to go back in our seat, aim a little bit higher this time even, and then fire one again. So now we'll just wait and see what happens, shall we? So it's on its way, I believe. I actually missed the gravity going up and down. Ah, there it is. That was a direct hit. Pretty nice. And as you can see, the whole bridge section, middle area here, it's just gone. Completely gone. And that's only after 2 shots. So maybe last time I hit it at a special vulnerable point or so, I don't know. But with 2 shots, half of the ship gone, I say it's a pretty heavy weapon. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. Of course, if you want to check out any of these ships, the Red Falcon and of course the new torpedo ship of the Hot Rod fleet, they're both on the Steam Workshop, on my Steamworks page, that is, of course. So you can take a look at them yourself. Yeah, my name is BrmP. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'm out. Peace.